You know, the weird thing about action figures are, and I have a lot. They're all over my desk. If somebody that didn't know how old I was were to come into my office / closet / dining room / sometimes a place to cry under my desk, they would be like, what the fuck? Your kid just threw all their toys all over your desk. But that's not true. They're all mine. And you know, even the ones that Griffin buys, my little boy, because he likes them, they end up on the floor, or a dog eats part of the leg off or something like that. And then they become mine again. I've always been fixated on action figures, and I'm trying to think why I have been so fixated on action figures forever. And I think it's just because, also, I'm so sorry. I'm like the kid from Toy Story that kills all his action figures and makes horrible monsters out of them. But these little pieces of plastic that do nothing except exist and move have a whole lore associated to them. It looks like I went on a Joker spree and killed Batman. But I like combining action figures together to create new ideas. So, with that being said, you see, here, let's put this head back on him. That's not even the right head. Well, we'll use this. All right, so you see this? Batman. All right, Batman. Batman has a whole lore to him. If I were to pick up this toy at a store, I would immediately know all the things that he stands for because of the whole story. You know, what he fights for, just the idea behind this action figure. And that speaks a lot. And I know a lot of objects have lore and ideas to them, but I like combining them because, for instance, this figure is Captain America, and I put like the Punisher's head on him, which, you know, kind of reflects what's going on in the US right now. But Captain America, you know, would never use a gun. He always has his trusty shield, you know. Still kind of violent character, but a good... Sorry, my alarm went off. But a good guy, because he punches Nazis, and that's always a plus. But I thought it would be neat to, and I'm sure this has been done a million times before, but I wanted to make a figure that held two different ideas. Almost three, because Captain America, you think of him clean, nice, you know, all-American guy. But then Punisher, a little bit more rough around the edges. And I wanted to make this figure because I always see the confusion with, like, don't tread on me, but I absolutely love the government and they're doing everything wonderful and yay. The other thing is like the Punisher logo that has back the blue. Whatever. I'm to the point in my life where mixing ideas and things, generally what I'm talking about now, it is what it is. But I don't know if the people that mix these two ideas together, I don't know if it's clicking in their head. So the Punisher, obviously a vigilante, didn't really do things by the law, but you'll associate it with a back the blue Punisher skull, you know? So what's going on? So with Captain America, I like to combine the Punisher with Captain America's body. Then I kind of like painted kind of the skull on his chest. But it's just, I don't know, it's a cool concept because now we have the American guy who is probably, well, I say probably law-abiding Captain America, you know, everything, truth and justice, blah, 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 blah. And then mix it with the Punisher, who is all, you know, shoot first, ask questions later. And combined, I guess the United States in the 2025 year. Anyway, I have to have dental surgery today on my gums. I'm not looking forward to it.